art friends, and welcome to Paperlicious Design Studio. My name's Melisa, and I'm here to share a project with you today that was actually inspired by another mixed media artist who posts projects here on YouTube. Her name's Marta, and her channel is Maremi SmallArt. Right now, Marta is posting videos daily to inspire those of us who are homebound because of the current world health crisis that we're going through. She's posting those videos under a playlist called Me Art Time. Alright, so the following shows you how I created these two journal pages, and they were inspired by the first video, or day one, of Marta's Me Time Art series. Thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll remember to hit the like button and subscribe so you can be notified of future videos that I post. Hope you enjoy. Have a great day. Alright, so for Marta's art journaling day number 1, she begins by just pulling some random items off her shelves. Some things she says she's never even used before, some are just very ordinary things. She starts by using items that a lot of us probably have as crafters, and actually does her project on some cardboard. It almost looks like a cereal box type thing. So don't let not having an art journal stop you from creating today. Just grab some basic supplies, whatever you've got and it's stashed away, and join in and do what you can. So I started by grabbing some tissue paper. This is just wrapping paper that I bought at a store. This is some Tim Holtz tissue paper, and this tissue paper is really old. I've hoarded it for a long time. It was from a scrapbooking company. I can't remember the name of it. I also grabbed some more ordinary type things that anyone might have, like some book paper and a receipt. And then most of us can easily go to Etsy and download digital files and print them at home without us having to leave our home. So this is some Impra that I have bought in the past, and then I grabbed a couple of stencils to start with. I've got some matte medium, and then I've also got some gesso, and I just grabbed the circle stencil because Marta's using one in hers, and so I thought, okay, let me get mine out. This one's never been used either. Alright, so she begins by just gluing some things down on the paper randomly. So I'm going to play around with mine for a minute, and then I'll be back and I'll get started gluing it down. Oh no, I just realized I squirted out gesso instead of matte medium, so that's why that is looking like that. So let me rinse my brush. All right, and this definitely is a challenge for me, to just randomly start throwing things down on a background for collaging, so without any kind of plan of what's coming next. So thank you, Marta, for the challenge. All right, so I'm going to dry this and I'll be right back. Right, so that is dry and I have trimmed around the pages. I think I forgot to tell you at the beginning that I am working in an Arteza art journal. It's a 5.5 by 5.5. I got this on Amazon. It was a set of 3 that came in the package, and then this is a canvas cover. Okay. All right, so I felt like it needed something else, so I started playing around with the book paper. So I'm just going to play for a second, figure out where I want to put these. All right, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back and start adding some gesso, because that was Marta's next step. Be back in a few minutes. All right, she also added doilies to hers, and I really like that, and I have some, so I'm going to add some doilies to mine as well. I'm literally watching her video, stopping and doing whatever I'm inspired to do along with her. Okay, so let's get that glued down, and then we'll move on to gesso. Ooh, too much. Okay, I like it so far though. All right, so the next thing that Marta does is add some gesso. And I'm looking at hers and I'm looking at mine, and mine is very busy. Hers background is more neutral. So I'm hoping this turns out okay. So I'm thinking maybe I need to use the gesso to add some white space. So that it doesn't look quite so busy. All right, let me dry this up a little bit. Ooh, I kind of covered all that up. I don't want to cover it all up. Be right back. All right, so the next thing Marta does is she uses her circle template, and she uses some oil pastels to create circles on her project. So I pulled a couple of those out. Not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. I did do a little bit of pre-planning. She uses butterflies on her project, and I like that. So I pulled 3 butterfly stamps out, and then I also have a quote that involves butterflies as well. So I just kind of wanted to plan where those may land, because I'm going to want to put my circles where my butterflies are. As far as the oil pastels go, I haven't used them in many years, so I'm excited that she's inspired me to get mine out. I actually bought these many years ago. I was taking a class by an artist called Robin Marie, and she has a YouTube channel as well. These are just really cheap, inexpensive oil pastels. The one thing you need to know about these, though, is once you put the oil pastel on there, you can't do any pen work over it. So you want to do your pen work first, or the oil pastels will ruin your pen. All right, so let's get going on that. Let's see. Okay, and I just have a inexpensive Pilot G207 pen. Nothing fancy about it. So let me try that and see how that works. Now, in the class I took with Robin Marie that I mentioned, she actually would use something like this and fill in some texture paste or modeling paste for the circles. And then she would rub on some oil pastels, do some coloring around the edges. It looked really cool. It was a great class. She doesn't actually have that up anymore, where I would link you to it. Let's go with that one. I will probably go back and add some smaller circles as well, but I'm just not sure yet since I'm not sure where this is going. Alright, so I've used my circle template. Yay! Oh, you know what? I need to use the circle template for the oil pastels as well. Alright, let's see here. Alright, here goes. Let's give this a try, y'all. They blend really nicely. Okay, I like that. Okay, there's one. I wonder if I should do one with green. Try it on a piece of scrap paper and see how I like it. See what it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, I think I might like it. Let me clean this pink off first, though. Alright. Got the pink cleaned off. Let's try the green. Use a different finger so I don't mix my pink in with the green. Now looking back, the only thing I would do differently if I had planned ahead and known what this was going to look like is I would have used a smaller width pen and maybe made it look more scribbly. I don't know, should I go with pink or green? I don't know which one to pick. I'm going with pink. Oops. Oh, one finger. Okay. Yeah, I really feel like I need some smaller circles as well. I have a smaller circle template somewhere if I can find it. Here's one. Let's try this one. Just to kind of balance out the pink and the green. Like, got another green one somewhere. Maybe down here somewhere. Alright, where was my phrase going to be though? Like maybe in this area. So maybe green over here. Okay. Well, let me see if I can find a smaller width pen to use. Am I actually right? And I haven't already ruined. You do mixed media. Alright, let's see here. Oops. Almost did the wrong one. Scribbler. Okay, I like that better. Alright, this is here. Gotta get a visual. Maybe another green one. Here. Let me go ahead and I'm going to forget which circles I used. Oh, go ahead and do the green. Ooh, I better let that dry for a minute or it'll smear. Okay. Let's go with another green one. Maybe here. Okay. So each time I'm using this pen, I'm going off to the side and marking on a paper towel to kind of clean any particles off I may have picked up from the page. Alright, so I'm going to do those, and then I feel like I need at least one more pink to balance it all out. So let's start over here and see if I can remember which one I used. This one? Nope, maybe smaller. Let's go with this one. I think that'll do it. What do you think? Let's go with this one. Let's give it a try. Liking that. Alright, so I need at least one more pink. Gotta have it. Let's see, where do I want another pink? I don't like it. Maybe right here. Try that. And sometimes I have a problem trying to decide when to stop, and then I overdo it. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to pause here and watch what Marta does next, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the next step Marta does is some stamping. This one is one of my favorites to use when I'm trying to just, add a little extra something in the background. And then this one is actually like paint splatters. I don't know who this one's from. This one, though, is by Red Rubber Designs, and she still sells stamps on Etsy. She doesn't have her web store anymore, but you can find her on Etsy. Alright, so I'm just going to, when I'm using this VersaFine ink pad. And then also, while Marta was finishing up her circles, I went ahead and stamped some butterflies on some of my book paper, because I knew I was going to need those. And I cut those out, and these stamps are from Hero Arts, and I think all the butterflies were in one set. Okay. Alright, so let's add a little bit of just here and there. Again, this kind of gets back to knowing when to stop, and I tend to overdo it. Go with that for now. All right, let me check out her next step and I'll be right back. All right, next she goes back in with the white oil pastel to kind of add some highlights. Not sure how that's going to work over that pink, but we can try it. Oh yeah, that works well. I gotta remember this whenever I need to add some white highlights to something. This works really well. Uh-oh, might be smearing though. Oh yuck, now I'm making a mess. Ick, ick. Okay, I should let that dry before I do that, any more of that. Let's see. The ink pad that I'm using was a pigment ink, and I think it just takes longer to dry than a dye ink. Okay, let's see how we're doing now. Or maybe it's the fact that I stamped it over this oil pastel. That might be why it's not drying as well. So let me just wipe that up a little bit so I don't have those black smudges. Okay, try it now. I can always go back in with the background stamp if I want to add that back on. I'm smearing again. I should leave it alone. Right. So next, it looked like she was about to start looking for sentiments, so I think she's pretty much done with her background. So I'm going to figure out where I want my butterflies to go, figure out where to put the sentiment, and wrap this up. And now I have stamped my sentiment. And I just did it on computer paper because I knew that would be easy to tear. I didn't want straight edges. And this little quote is from a stamp set that I got many, many years ago from a company called the Angel Company. So, all right, let's get it glued down. I've already glued my butterflies on. You know, I'm also thinking about adding some. See, this is where the overdoing it comes in for me. I don't know. Maybe some washi tape. Let's get this down first and then I'll decide. All right, so here's the question. Should I stop here or should I add some washi tape? Okay, so this is before. Now let's add a few pieces. The washi tape is easy to remove, so I can always take that back off. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know if I'm overdoing it with the washi tape or if that is the finishing touch that I needed. Maybe a piece up here. Okay, let's see. I love black and white washi tape. I have a lot of black and white washi tape. Here's a few other options. I'm not sure which one, so let me just play around. Try to figure it out. I kind of like that. I love numbers. I love stamps and papers that have numbers on them. I don't know, maybe one more piece. Just to kind of balance that out, because I think it's called the design of threes. Everything always looks better when you have three of something, or an odd number at least. Alright, I'm going to trim it. Okay, oh, I actually covered up one of my little circles. Oh man. Oh, that's okay. Ooh, my words are crooked. I just noticed. I wonder if I can pull this back up or if I'm going to run it. Let's see. Alright, sometimes I use a T-square just to make sure things are aligned. And if you're not sure what a T-square is, that's what this little gadget is. Let's see, and I should have used it. I thought I could add all that, but I was wrong. Let's see. Let's kind of line this up a little bit. So you put this edge along that side. Oh, that's pretty close right there. Alright, that's a line. Alright, now let me glue this back down again. I feel like it needs to come this way a little bit though. It's too close to that green circle. Yeah, that's better. Let's see if that's... Looks pretty good. Alright. Let's get the glue on it. Yeah, it's kind of what I like about this, using this matte medium. It seems like if I make a mistake, I've got a little bit of time to move it around and fix the mistake. Alright, get my brush going again here. Okay. Seems to take a little while for it to dry and set. Alright, there you go. Alright, I am excited. I have finished Marta's first challenge. I look forward to doing the next one, and please let me know in the comment section if I need to keep the washi tape or take it off. Alright, have a great day.